with 2 slips, bring a 3 on the offside, 2 on the leg side. And immediately is a bit of swing. Angie Fernandez sat next to me. Angie, you must be delighted with the way your team has started in this World Cup. And he's off with the boundary straight away. Leg stump, clipped away. Sanjay Saria. Is it going to be his day? Just fetch it back. Just power through the offside.
Characteristic type of Jayasuriya shot. Just a little bit of width and pitched up. Just muscles it away.
Just can't give him any width. And that's one thing the England camp will have talked about. He's so strong. Soon as it's got width, he's onto it straight away. There's also a man out for the hook, who gets it and then kicks it over. Flicked it back, but caught his shin, I think, and over the rope. Tried the bouncer. There you go. Get some bat on it. That's all he has to do. Just nudge it round the corner. It goes for 4. That's why your line, it's very tough to bowl with this field, especially if you're looking to swing the ball into the left-handers.
That's gone very fine and may have just gone over the rope. It bounced over the rope. Didn't get too much height. He got the distance. Signal of 6 from the umpire.
Well, talking about the bounce in the pitch, this is a good illustration. Quite a quick, short bouncer from Mahmood. Jayasuriya just helping the ball on its way. Top edge and the ball flying all the way for 6. It was a worthwhile effort from Mahmood. They've got the man very square on the leg side.
Oh, Bowden, what a wicket this is for England. Sajid Mahmood has struck a 6 in this very over, but he's also got a wicket. And it's a priceless wicket for England. That's a beautiful shot, and he's got enough, I think, to get it over the rope. Also picked up the gap. Just a little, not an over-pitch delivery.
He'd been looking to do this in the last over, 2 or 3 drives that either found the fielder or he didn't quite time, but this one both found the gap and hit it nicely.
Won't be any reverse swing at the moment. Was just swing off the bat. That is beautiful from Sangakkara all the way for 4.
Just over pitching marginally is all Sangakkara required. It doesn't waste scoring opportunities. It's been one of the hallmark of Kumar Sangakkara. Again, the angle was coming in. Nice body position. And also plenty of fielders on the offside. The placement had to be extremely good. Nice work with the hands. Slow delivery and taken. Big wicket this. Saj Mahmood. Change of ends has done the trick. Sangakkara is the man to go.
Change of ends, change of pace from Saj Mahmood. That's why he's in this side. He might bowl the odd 4 delivery, and he bowls a slower ball. It was a low full toss. Sangakkara threw the shot far too early. And Paul Collingwood at backward point, even with a sore neck, takes the easiest of chances. England have 2, Mahmood has 2.
Get it! Good shot. It's hit on the up, and it's wonderfully timed. The fielder realizing that, giving up the chase. Welcome boundary. Another slow delivery. Test for Panesar. And he doesn't drag the ball back in. Also pretty sandy, that outfield in that area. Doesn't help matters.
Hit in the air, it's hit over mid-off. Will it plug? No, it won't. It will run on and go for 4.
Beautifully played. Good footwork for 1. Kept his balance and shape, didn't try and overhit the ball. Nice high back lift and a languid swing of the blade.
There again, and this will probably be 50 for Thuranga. He moves from 48, picks up the 2. A quiet 50 for Upal Thuranga.
And a quiet reaction from the crowd. Hardly anybody applauding. A little bit of applause from his teammates naturally, but
beautiful shot. 2 men in the deep, and Mahela Jayawardene just bisects them. Fantastic batting.
Panesar not happy. He wanted the man at backward square, much squarer than that, and he's gesticulating with Nixon. I'm sure it's Nixon he should be gesticulating with. The man in the foreground there, Michael Vaughan, sets the field, but this is beautifully played from Jayawardene.
That is beautifully played. Monty Panesar has no chance, and Thuranga now has his second boundary.
That's a lovely shot. Flintoff around the wicket, hoping not to give the left-hander too much width, but just enough width here. Thuranga's got a high back lift. Good use of the wrist. Wrists come into the shot there right at the last minute, and that is what gives the ball its power. Panesar only had about 10 yards to go to his left, but
that's up in the air. Has it got over mid-on? No, it hasn't. The change has worked. Andrew Flintoff has got the wicket, and Upal Thuranga has gone.
this time pull, whether it was on him a little bit too quickly or whether the ball was just too far outside the off stump, whether Thuranga was eyeing up that gap at mid-wicket that Vaughan had left open. Banged in by Flintoff. Thuranga looking for that gap at mid-wicket, but could only really just slice the ball up to Kevin Peterson at mid-on. He's been known to drop the odd easy catch, but be very disappointed if he put that.
Tempted in-swinging Yorker, first ball. Led by the signal. Successful over from Flintoff, 161 for 3.
He'll look for 2.
Come on, Mon. Think about it here, Mon.
That'll be his half century. He's batted well in the last match. Batted extremely well in this one at a critical time for Sri Lanka.
It's amazing how such a player really hadn't made runs earlier on. And
good use of the feet from Chamra Silva. And good running.
hit him.
Picks up 2.
Oh, you can't, Mon.
Worked fine. Vanessa and chase. Difficult for him. Finds the fence once again. Deft touch this time from Mahela Jayawardene.
Yes, those areas where Panesar has been fielding hasn't been too good. The surface itself. But Jayawardene very delicately played. He finds the gap. Just look at those areas. It's not easy to run there, but Panesar, this is the second time he's pursued a difficult one.
Played the big shot. There is a man getting underneath it. And he takes it comfortably in the end. Not a very good shot from Mahela Jayawardene. Picked up a boundary of the last ball. He sold out in the deep, much to the delight of the English cricket team and their supporters.
Sri Lanka needed the boundaries. He took the aerial route, but just not enough bat on that. Man down in the deep. Joyce the fielder. And the England supporters are ecstatic about it.
He's a very different captain to say what Arjuna Ranatunga about, but at the same time, you know he's competitive. You know he will not yield an inch if he has to, and he'll play fair again. And he's just, you know, he's just got a terrific personality, and him and Sangakkara are sort of like the leaders of the current team. And I think it's the way they gel and the way how they get along and how they manage. You know, I'm sure Sangakkara wants to be the captain, but he knows he's biding his time. He's waiting till Jayawardene has his stint. And there's a great sense of pride and of in the way they perform and how they carry themselves, that really works very well for the Sri Lanka.
Dangerous shot. Well outside the off stump, getting the bottom hand into play. He'll pick up 2 more. Chamara Silva is willing to take his chances. Has it carried? Looked like there was a bit of deviation after the ball passed the bat. Big deviation, did not carry. Lucky for Chamara Silva.
I think the dropping of the wrist probably didn't give the ball that amount of pace.
Oh, that's a poor delivery. Easily put away. Had a good start to the over, getting the outside edge, looking for the Yorker. Strays down the leg side, Saj Mahmood. And these are easy pickings.
Yes, a poor delivery, but Chamara Silva did well to pick it up early and hit it nicely into the gap. He just hit it into that fine leg area. Had enough of time to do that.
Bit of work to do. Does it quite well in the end. Relay throw, not working well enough. 2 to Dilshan.
Kevin Peterson, the fielder, they do work in pairs, fielders in the deep, but they need to have good coordination. Didn't work it right or didn't get it away. Held it back at the end.
Brilliant work, and out if he hits. I think that is a direct hit and must be out. Ian Bell likes it. And no need even to look for the third umpire, I don't think. It's already been given out, and Chamara Silva must go.
Dilshan's the man that's gone. It's a big wicket. He can be very dangerous. Terrific piece of fielding. Bell is the man who dives. They've taken off Dilshan, and Bell suddenly realised he gets up. He's got 1 stump to aim at. Takes his time, sets himself, and that'll do. 5th wicket down then. Big one.
Tilakaratne Dilshan, firmly driven. Bell diving to his wrong side, getting the ball in his right hand, his throwing hand, and having enough presence of mind just to steady himself, not throw the ball too hard. 200 up then for Sri Lanka, 5 down and 6.5 overs remaining. Might be a couple, might be 4. Hit that rather better than I'd thought.
Farhan able to stop this. It really is very tricky, particularly up towards the boundary. This is nicely timed. It's just bobbled, hasn't it? It's so rough out there. It's not a lot you can blame. You can't blame the fielder. Very difficult down there. The ends, straight ends in particular, sort of wide mid-off to wide long on. A lot of sand. How much of a mindset do you think would it affect the Sri Lankan dressing room when Jayasuriya has been in such great form, gets out relatively cheaply? Do you think that just slows the whole thinking down?
Well, he got out at a bad time because I think he was just about ready to go. We saw in the West Indies match in Guyana that he picked a certain time, steady start, and then picked his moment around the 15 over mark where he decided to really go for it. And I think he was just about ready to explode when he dragged on today. You can't, as Nasser Hussain said earlier in the day, you can't be too reliant on one man. Sanath Jayasuriya is not going to get 100 every time he comes to the crease. So the other batsmen in the team have got to step up as well.
Good boys.
Just like that, brilliant bowling from Andrew Flintoff. Right in the block hole, full and straight, spearing in, and far too good for Chamara Silva.
Silva's gone. Can't keep it out. He's late on it. If Flintoff can produce a couple more of those.
Kevin Peterson giving chase. Sri Lanka will want 2. They get 2. That's Vars's favoured area. You can see those 2 men both behind square. The offside, so there's a big gap at mid-wicket. There's that second man, brilliant catch. Paul Collingwood so good in that area, but good captaincy as well from Michael Vaughan to have the second man there.
This has come back over Flintoff, 2 wickets, just changed the field. And Paul Collingwood, he's as good as anyone in the world in that position. That is a terrific catch, always going away from him, the ball. And England have been spot on in the field today. They've backed up the bowlers.
Good thinking from Flintoff. This time it's gone past Collingwood. Panesar should cut it off, he does. And he comes back for 2, so that ends Andrew Flintoff's spell. Paul Nixon giving chase, and he does well. And to just steady himself, Lasith Malinga swinging himself off his feet can only find the gloves of Paul Nixon.
Made it look easy in the end. Paul Nixon's a good catch. Runs in, bangs it in. Could never control it, went straight up in the air. Paul Nixon covers the ground, gets there easily in the end.
He didn't go for the bouncer, went for the Yorker instead.
That's one of those 2 things, isn't it? The length ball's what he's waiting for. You slip him the length ball, then he will go at it.
There's a man out there, and it's a long boundary. It's a good catch, Ed Joyce, just looking over his shoulder for a minute. He was a little bit worried that he was too close to the rope, but he had a good yard to spare. And as well as Russell Arnold hit that ball, these boundaries are quite big at the Vivian Richards ground in Antigua.
Flicks it away. Ed Joyce now is thinking, where's that rope? Now watch his reaction. There you go. Now he'll have a quick look behind. Okay, I had a yard or 2 to spare.
On strike. Mahmood then, 4 wickets to his name. Lithram will have a chance to face the last delivery. 2:32 for 9, 1 ball left. A no ball called, so it won't be the final delivery. Asad Rauf deciding that that ball was too high. There's a quick apology from Saj Mahmood, and that's accepted by Mattia Muralitharan.
I think he's just very happy that he's got bat on it and nothing else. He's done well.
Perilously close to that spinning finger. Lower ball to finish. Fine, Kevin Peterson, the batsman coming back for 2, but he should be out. Billy Bowden calls for the 3rd umpire, but I'm fairly certain that that will be out. Just have a look again. I think it is out, so it'll just be a single to finish. Yeah, short of his ground, Fernando, so just a single to finish the innings. Innings that has come to an end now, 235. Which is probably 20 or 30 shy of where Sri Lanka would have wanted to be.
Put into bat, Sri Lanka got off to a decent start with Upul Tharanga and Sanath Jayasuriya. Sanath's exit slowed down things a little bit, but Tharanga carried forward until he fell for 62. Jayawardene played a captain's innings but could not last long. But it was a lower order that gave in rather easily and Sri Lanka were bowled out for a modest 235. James Anderson gave England a good start. Sajid Mahmood was a shade bit expensive but did the damage, picking up 4 important wickets, including the one of Jayasuriya. Andrew Flintoff squeezed the flow of runs and also picked up 3 wickets. Paul Collingwood with figures of 1 for 44 scabbed the prize wicket of Mahela Jayawardene.
A lot of experience for Chaminda Baz, and he's been fantastic in this tournament. Bit of hesitation, but then decides for the single. Joy's off the mark, so is England. Big appeal there. And up goes the finger. Took his own time, Billy Bowden, and decides to give it out. It's going to be an interesting replay. The appeal was spontaneous. The Sri Lankan players were convinced, and the early strike.
Oh yes, there could be only bat, as the ball was far away from the pad, but Sangakkara was quickly across. Billy Bowden took his time, and up went that crooked finger. The warn's gone.
It's just wide. Mahela Jayawardene is standing in a second slip position, and it's run away to the boundary. Could be a tight one. Up goes the finger. Rooted to the crease. Was always going to be a candidate for leg before. And Malinga strikes.
Very clever bowling by Malinga. Just kept it up to him. That was heading towards leg stump. Yes, it did. Malinga, he's delighted, as Ralph really didn't have any doubt about it.
Took the fielder on, Kevin Peterson. I think made his ground, then lost control of the bat. On the second immediately. Take another look. Well, he's safe.
Yes, it would seem that the England batsmen are looking to take on the Sri Lankan fielders. Good running at the end.
Nicely worked. Abel, a good player of his legs. Should pick up 2. Need a very good partnership now between these two very talented batsmen, Peterson and Bell. Take it through the next half hour. Ian Botham and Nazir Hussain.
As a bouncer, yes he can. Typical Kevin Peterson. Drags the bowler short and puts him away for 4. 21 for 2.
It's a good shot, isn't it? He's onto it so quickly. It's in his nature to be aggressive. He says, I'll try out of the short ball. Front foot pull over mid-wicket. 4 runs. To the offside. Should be at 3 here. Do quite comfortably in the end. Where should Kevin Peterson bat in this one-day side?
Well, it depends how the top 3 are going. The top 3 are going terribly at the moment.
Punch through extra cover. I don't know if he's got it all. He usually manages to get it there, even if he doesn't time it, and that's no exception. 4 runs.
England have 31. Kevin Peterson has 12 of them off just 13 deliveries. Nothing wrong with the delivery. A back of a length ball. Peterson hitting it on the up over the short extra cover. That long reach of his. Brilliant batting. That will help. 3 men there, and Bell finds the gap and has his first boundary.
Do him good as well. There's a bit of pressure off Peterson at the other end.
Fantastic shot, Kevin Peterson, all the way straight for 6.
He's good. He's very good. It's 46 for 2. Slower ball, spotted and dispatched.
So Peterson goes leg side. He hasn't got all of it, but yet again he's got just enough. Peterson really on the attack here.
That's a good shot, it's a control shot, isn't it? He's waited for it, knows the field, he's lifted it up and over. It's quite safe. Well thought out shot. Quite deliberately played in the air.
Jermaine Vass's last 7 deliveries have gone for 17 now, so problems for Vass, problems for Mahela Jayawardene. So difficult to set a field when someone like Kevin Peterson's coming at you. Jermaine Vass will have to use all his experience. Peterson now 24 of 19 deliveries. And he gets that one through as well. Half stopped. And that was poor running from Peterson. It really was. Should have been 3, just stopped after going down the pitch for 2. Big appeal. Not out, says umpire Billy Bell. Probably pitched outside leg. Didn't look like it came back on the angle.
Well, I'll give you a clue. Watch Kumar Sangakkara's appeal. Very, very tame by his standards. I think this pitch is way outside leg. It's about 6 inches. Probably would have missed. Anyway, I'll just clip the top off it saying. It doesn't matter. 6 inches outside leg stump.
Cut away. And Bell. Back for 2. Might be time. Just for a couple of overs from the maestro, Murali, just to see if Peterson, I believe Peterson will go after him. And this will be close. He's got to hurry. Would have been out. Not a great run from Ian Bell. Sanath Jayasuriya, it was to his left hand. It brings up the 50 partnership. But if this had hit the stumps, Bell was gone.
What a soft dismissal that would have been. Sanath Jayasuriya, low to the ground, takes his time, all that years of experience, takes aim. Just got the bowler, missed the stumps. But Ian Bell was well short of his ground. Most capped player in world international one-day cricket. Timed his pick up and throw to perfection, just off target.
He's got it through. Almost reaching for that ball, but he found the gap, which was the most critical thing to do.
Poor delivery from Vass. It was wide on this pitch, which is getting a little bit slower. Try and be as straight as you can, but gave Ian Bell far too much width. He could just throw his hands at it, throw his arms at it. That gap, there's not many gaps there. There's 3 or 4 fielders in that position, square on the offside or just behind, but he found the gap on that occasion.
Finds the gap again, and he's got enough on the ball. 2 boundaries in the silver.
And it helps the man at the other end as well. Ian Bell can feed off Kevin Peterson's aggression. All of a sudden the bowlers feel as though the batsmen are coming at them. The field is set deeper, and the batsman at the other end can feed off that kind of confidence and that change of tempo, if you like, and Ian Bell is doing that right now.
Nicely played. He's also played it fine, knowing there was a fielder just about short third. Good chase given, but he runs to Ian Bell, and was a beauty.
The bowler, you can reverse sweep because he bowls with plenty of pace on the ball, and provided you don't try and hit it too hard and just use the pace, fair enough. But it's also a dangerous shot because it tends to bowl straight. There's not much bounce. Miss it.
That's close. Oh, that was the great chance Sri Lanka had. Complete misjudgment of the run. Plenty of doubts in both the batsmen's mind. That's a great throw.
Hence, half appeal there. He does that a lot, Jayasuriya. He tries to flick it onto the stumps. I think Ian Bell got back, but Jayasuriya just trying to play some games.
Yes, Jayasuriya, probably just to get confirmation. Bell was well in his crease.
Was the bat just up in the air?
And I would reckon that must be out. Yes, it is. Very, very unfortunate for Ian Bell, as he was batting so well. Could see the disgust in him. There's some support from the Sri Lankans.
Good work from Jayasuriya, because he does try this. He gets a lot of balls hit straight back to him, and he tries to flick them onto the stumps. And Ian Bell's bat wasn't quite down. One angle definitely showed that. And Ian Bell again is out in his 40s.
Push that away, but there is cover down on the line. That brings us 50. A very valuable, priceless innings from Peterson.
England's #1. World one-day cricket's #1. Kevin Peterson, 50 of 74 deliveries, 3 fours and a 6.
Gets it away, and this beats the man at short fine leg. That's running down, and that's 4 runs. Fine way to start with.
That's the problem with the extra pace of Latif Minlinga. If you get anything on it, it will rush away. Clipped away. You one man in the deep on the leg side. Gets past short mid-wicket, gets past the man in the deep.
Well, it's down the ground, beautifully played. The margin for error on that Yorker is very little. Either half volley off a full toss, and that's driven beautifully. Stokes nicely, 121 for 3. No doubt the English crowd's delighted.
Straight down the ground from Kevin Peterson. He knew roughly where the ball was going to be. It was going to be full and straight. Mid-on was wide. Best shot in cricket, and he knew it.
There goes the sweep, and he's found the gap. Wasn't hit with immense power, but the placement was the key here.
He'll try and attack Kevin Peterson. Sees it, hits it hard. Earlier though, he was not happy with the man he had at short square leg or square leg. Look here. No, I need you back there, not there. Straighter on the edge.
Taken, what a wicket this is. The champion bowler has struck, and this is what champions do, deliver when it matters. Kevin Peterson, what a wicket at this stage for Sri Lanka.
There it is, looking to work on the onside, leading edge. Catch is taken. It's a big wicket. Whether Kevin Peterson didn't pick it. It was the Usra, he's gone for 58.
Beautiful shot, a very difficult shot. Getting to the pitch of the ball, playing against the spin. An off spinner. It's 133 for 4.
Very good shot. Very quick on his feet. He's the man in form. Collingwood comes down, he comes down quickly, he gets to the pitch of the ball, Doesn't try and hit it too hard, just caresses it. Beautifully timed. Well, they've enjoyed it.
Low delivery and is deceived by that one. This is going to be a simple catch for Lasith Malinga. Sri Lanka right back in this match, and at the moment in a very good position. Flintoff has perished, and 3 big wickets in a short span of time.
Splits the fingers. Down. Flintoff has gone for it at the bottom of the bat. That is a big blow for England. Simplest catches. Celebration start.
Oh, that's straight. Should be out. Yes. Now Sri Lanka have sealed this game, I think. Collingwood was the last batsman that could have revived the situation for England, but he is now heading back towards the pavilion, and Sri Lanka on top.
I reckon that's hitting middle and leg about halfway up. No problems with that decision. That is a big, big wicket.
Get a single. 15 overs to go, 138 for 6.
Could be tight. Oh, he's gone for the non-striker's end, much to Nixon's surprise. He wasn't expecting the throw at the non-striker's end. It's gone upstairs to the third umpire.
Paul Nixon was so concerned here about Ravi Bopara getting in, he forgot to take care of himself, and he's just made it. But it is a good lesson that really there's not much you can do about watching the batsman at the other end. Just make sure you get in and have faith that your partner is running at his hardest as well.
Leader partnership, not a run out at this stage, England. This following shot, good stop. Good shot mid-wicket, looking for the second. Flat throw. They make it quite comfortably in the end.
It was the misfield really, or the half stop, that enabled England to come back for the second. And just watch this throw from Jayasuriya. It's flat and hard, still pretty athletic in the field.
Sweeps and sweeps it well. There's cover down on the line. Five of the over, 170 for 6. Put away, and that might go down for 4. Oh, and vain effort, and that's a good shot. That will really break the shackles.
Crucial boundary. Bopara showing a lot of maturity. A wristy flick. He looks composed at the crease. First boundary for England for 10 overs. Beautiful flick, going to follow through. And England fighting for their World Cup future here.
That's in there. There's a man getting under it. No falling short. Jayasuriya, valiant, desperate effort. But, not enough. Not getting close enough.
Well, could it be England's day? The deuce through the top edge sweep. Jayasuriya looking straight into the sun. Great effort. Can't really see, the sun's in his eyes, and in fact they've changed the fielder because of that. Somebody with shades on has gone in the deep.
Again he sweeps. Will get 2 for it. Chamara Silva is very, very quick across the turf. That's a great shot. Oh, mid-wicket for 4. Picked up the off break and put it away.
10 runs from the over. Bopara 31 off 37. Fantastic batting from the young man. 49 needed off 30. Picks the length well. Stayed back in his crease. Waited for the Doosra, which bounces. And hacks it away over mid-wicket for 4.
Whips it down for fine leg, and that'll round down for 4. Great shot, shuffled across, took it on his leg stump, took his chances, got back on it.
Things just starting to go England's way. This is a fantastic partnership. When you get Yorkers, often the ball will squirt away fine, and that's good batting from Nixon.
Does Jayawardene have the answers to Nixon's unorthodoxy? Just took it off that leg stump. This time to mid-wicket. Malinga's got round to cover. Ten off another over. 197 for 6. What a shot, a reverse sweep for 6, and this is just what England needed, and that of Muralidharan. Just look at the joy, it's ecstatic.
A quite remarkable shot from Paul Nixon. A reverse sweep for 6. Matai Muralidharan, where does he get the leverage? Where does he get the power? The big boundary, massive. Is that the shot that wins England this match?
And again, this is running down. Will it go for 4? There's a man behind it. A desperate dive, but not enough. So 4 more runs. So 13 off the over. 217 for 6.
The crowd goes wild. 6.4, exactly what was needed. Reverse sweep for 6, the man goes square, a reverse sweep for 4.
Look at the desperation. In there, will there be a man under it? Yes, there is. It's Jayawardene, the captain. He just got under it and told himself, look, I really have to cling on to this. It was a big wicket for Sri Lanka.
England spectators can't believe it. What a partnership. Quite get it right. It was there to hit. Nixon went for it. He went for over extra cover. Off the toe of the bat, the skipper says, mine, please. I need that catch. I need that wicket. Brave Nixon. Well played.
Hammers it through the man at point. That's running down for 4. Bopara has picked another boundary. So he's not finished. Bopara is looking to take England to victory.
.12 needed off the last over. The new ball has made a difference. Change of ball, no reverse swing. Comes on harder, frees up the offside. Ravi Bopara, is he the hero? 45 off 49. No reverse swing there, just stayed out there. Gave Bopara the whiff.
Over the man, that shot flying, great shot. As you mentioned that he's a good 20-20 player, and this really illustrates the way he plays in situations like that. People are going wild out here. That's people in the swimming pool, splashing the water away.
Bopara's not going wild, he's staying calm. Seen it before, down on one knee, fine legs up. And he just uses the pace and gets a boundary, 7 off 4. Changing the field again, fine leg goes back, mid-off comes up.
Cracks it to the offside, might be 1, oh, will it be 2? And he's in. Oh, it's gone for 4! Bopara! Oh, he's bowled! for 4. What a finish this has been. Dilhara Fernando has been the hero. Look at those glum looks. The Sri Lankans, the all-round Dilhara Fernando, he's the hero. But Bopara really has been England's hero as well. What a fine innings that was. He took England to the brink. People are stunned.
A remarkable game of cricket. Fernando holding his nerve at the end. England can't believe it. What a fight back from England. Should they ever been in that position? You can argue that for as long as you like. But in the end, Fernando bowled the delivery. The pressure he must have been under to come up and bowl straight and hit the stump. Spare a thought for Ravi Bopara. Spare a thought for Paul Nixon. But the Sri Lankans celebrate a fantastic game of cricket. Exactly what this World Cup needed.
Chasing 236 appeared to be a fairly easy target with England's batting lineup, but the Lankan bowlers were there for some serious business and sent back the openers quickly. Skipper Michael Vaughan fell for a duck and Ed Joyce for 10. Struggling at 11 for 2 at one point, England did get some momentum going with Ian Bell and Kevin Peterson, but both fell in quick succession. Also, Freddie couldn't help the cause and fell just for 2. Ravi Bopara's brazilian 50 and Paul Nixon's heroics once again swung the pendulum. With just 2 runs to win from the last ball, and Fernando cleaned up Bopara, and Sri Lanka clinched the thriller by just 2 runs. Dilhara Fernando was the architect of victory for Sri Lanka with figures of 3 for 41, including the last ball wicket of Bopara. Lasith Malinga was a little bit expensive, going for 50 runs of his 10 overs, but picked up 2 important wickets, that of Ed Joyce and Paul Nixon. Chamin Davas and Mutaya Muralitharan scalped a wicket each. A classic game of cricket that went down to the wire. Putting to bat, Sri Lanka rode Uppal Tharanga and skipper Jayawardene's 50s to put 235 on board. Sajid Mahmood led the England attack, picking up 4 wickets along with Freddie Flintoff, who bagged 3. Chasing 236 for a win, England themselves created and then dismissed chances for a victory. After losing quick wickets, first Kevin Peterson and then Ravi Bopara fought back for the team. Both scored incredible 50s but failed just before the victory line. Dilhara Fernando picking up 3 important wickets, including Bopara's off the very last ball. He ensured that Sri Lanka won the game by just 2 runs and advancing forward in the ICC World Championship. Bopara, however, was adjudged the man of the match for his heroics.